Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hey, Ashley.
Hello, darling. I see your WandaVision t-shirt on this evening. Love it, love it, love it.
Yes, pop culture tease.
Still one of my faves of all the Marvel series that have been out. I know we're going to talk about one today, but
yes.
WandaVision was exceptional.
It was literally perfect. I actually preferred it more than even the Doctor Strange movie that came out, that Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I did not like her turn. And I should have known, because when Elizabeth Olsen said that she questioned Marvel, she questioned Kevin about this direction for her character, I should have known better.
Yeah, I'm like, we should have just kept her in this safe space.
Exactly.
Because her turn was, it left much to be desired. Girl, where did the summer go?
Ask the kids. I feel for these kids. These kids about to go back to school so quick.
Exactly.
Like 2 weeks from today, I think kids start going back to school. So I feel for the kids.
Ask me if I'm ready. I still need to buy her backpack, some clothes. I mean, she's only going to kindergarten, but still, like, it's the beginning.
I wanted to have looks when I was going to kindergarten. Give me my fresh K-Swiss, Mom. Okay.
Of course.
Give me my fresh Nike book bag.
That is not going to be the problem, but you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, oh, I have to load up. We got to go shopping. So, man, summer, but I'm not going to lie, we've been outside. So summer's been pretty good to us.
We definitely have been outside for sure. And we're adults, so summer isn't the end.
Exactly.
You know, it's not the end of this journey.
Shout out to my best friend who in October is going to be going to Egypt. So I'm like,
very nice.
Yes.
I was just looking at a potential trip to Dubai next year. So I'm with you, girl.
Yes. I'm here for it. All right. Well, I wanted to talk about something light and fun before we get started, because we're going to start on a somber note, Ashley. So I'm looking at Variety. Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman actor, dies at 70 after private bout of cancer. We were on the edge of his popularity. I feel like Pee Wee Herman is like a Generation X geriatric millennial.
Well, then consider me a geriatric millennial, because I used to love me some Pee Wee Herman. And it's so funny. Do you remember I just talked about Pee Wee Herman last week when we were talking about the Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater relationship? I said, that man reminds me of Pee Wee Herman, remember?
Yo,
and when this news came out, I was like, no freaking way.
Okay, so this is really sad because he wrote this message that his estate put on his Instagram. He says, please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing for the last 6 years. Man, when people do this, it just breaks my heart. He said, I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect for my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you. So as Ashley and I mentioned, Pee Wee Herman is the character that made him extremely popular in the 80s. So in 1980, to be exact, he launched the Pee Wee Herman Show. And 1985, the Tim Burton Pee Wee's Big Adventure was a critical and commercial success. He was part of CBS Mornings from 1986 to 1990 with Pee Wee's Playhouse. He said that he was influenced by Captain Kangaroo. which I can see. And his show has won him several Emmys, but he's also been faced with a lot of legal trouble, Ashley. And unfortunately, again, looking at Variety, he stepped away from his extremely popular show after charges in 1991 tarnished his image with indecent exposure at an adult movie theater in Florida. Ashley, what do you think his legacy is going to be?
Yeah, I think at this point, his legacy is still his artistry. Like, I remember that situation back in 1991 and no longer being able to watch his stuff as a result. But once I became an adult, I was like, he was an adult visiting an adult movie theater. As a child, that was none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
interesting approach. Yeah.
As an adult, I'm like, I could see if it had been something untoward, I guess is the best thing I'll say. But he was a grown man and he was an adult playing a character for children. So I get why some parents felt some type of way. But that charge didn't bother me. But reading this NBC News article, there was a charge in 2004 of 3 years probation for pleading guilty to misdemeanor obscenity charge involving photographs of minors engaged in sexual conduct. Now that's where we got a problem, right?
It's making my skin crawl right now.
Yeah.
But in 2005, he said in an interview, one thing I want to make very, very clear, I don't want anyone for 1 second to think that I am elated by images of children. It's not me. You can say lots of things about me, and the public may think I'm weird. They may think I'm crazy or anything that anyone wants to think about me. That's fine. As long as one of those things is you're not thinking of me being a pedophile, because that's not true.
Okay, Paul. Well, obviously, he was able to continue on in his career. And like I said, I think his legacy is definitely his artistry. There's been different celebrities who have, given some very nice sentiments about him since he passed. Most that I'm reading, at least in this NBC News article, are from, comedians like Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, folks like that. But I mean, Pee Wee Herman lives in pop culture iconography, and I love of these.
His style alone, like
the voice,
suit,
everything,
the bow tie, the haircut. Yeah, absolutely.
I love some of the reminders though in this NBC News article about other roles he did. Like, I had totally forgotten he was in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer film, and I love that movie. Like, that movie is so ridiculous.
I forgot campy one.
The campy. Wow. Movie. Yeah, not the show, the film Kids. He was in that and played a vampire. I forgot about that turn. And then also they mentioned that he played Penguin's father in the 1992 Batman Returns sequel. And I did too. As soon as, like, I had to picture it, but I remember them like looking down, his parents like looking down on him in that particular scene. And Tim Burton credits him for, helping launch his career. So I mean, I think his legacy is definitely going to be his artistry, no doubt. Some of these charges, once people pass, these things come back up. And yes, we discussed them. And I'm glad he clarified about the child pornography. But his artistry will for sure live on. And I was I loved Pee Wee Herman as a kid. So that's what I will think about. He was there,
but I genuinely can't remember a dang on thing about Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Like, where did he go?
I watched the movie. Like, the movie was the thing I remember. Okay. Yeah.
All right. This one was a shocker as well. Also looking at Variety. Angus Cloud, Euphoria star, dies at 25. Angus Cloud, the actor best known for playing the drug dealer Fizz in HBO's Euphoria, died Monday in Oakland, California. He was 25 years old. They said that there was a medical emergency around 11:30 a.m. and the patient was already deceased. The cause of death is currently unknown. His family wrote the statement, "It's with the heaviest heart that we had to say goodbye to an incredible human today." It's also worth noting that his family was already grieving over the loss of his father. Just, I think they said several weeks ago or a week prior. He's been getting a lot of outpour of love from his cast from Euphoria. Zendaya said that she would remember the actor for his boundless light, love, and joy he always managed to give us. This is a lot, Ashley. Where were you when you heard this news?
I had just left yoga and I texted you because I had gotten back to my phone and that was like one of the first alerts that I saw, unfortunately. And it's, heartbreaking. We have recapped Euphoria. We both enjoyed that series and he was a breakout star, particularly of that second season, right? And so young, 25 years old. I can
Such
only
a raw
imagine
talent too.
Yeah. I can only imagine what his family must be going through to lose first the father of the family and then a son, a brother, all those things in such a short time span. So my heart, breaks for his mother, especially, but his entire family and extended family and friends and loved ones. I thought about the Euphoria cast for sure, but every time I saw him in an interview or anything like that, he always seemed so fun. He always seemed so lighthearted and seemed like he was having such a good time in this moment in his life and in his career. So, man, I just hope he rests in peace. Definitely a life taken way, way too soon.
Well said, Ashley. We are praying and thinking about his family during this difficult time. All right. So, as a follow-up from our headlines last week, I'm looking at Vibe. Tori Kelly reacts to Beyonce sending her flowers following hospitalization. We were happy to hear that this week Tori Kelly was able to come home after being hospitalized for blood clots. It really did bring me a smile to my face when you see Tori holding these gorgeous roses and she's like, Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, this is such a, beautiful ray of sunshine in the middle of such, health difficulties. That's just, it's just, again, I'm like, not my baby girl. She actually wrote a message days after she was admitted into the hospital in regards to her condition. And then she actually had an EP that just dropped too. And she says, hi, friends. As you have heard, I'm dealing with some unexpected health challenges. It's been a scary few days, but I can feel your prayers and can't stop thinking of you. I'm feeling stronger and now hopeful, but unfortunately, there are some things to uncover. I'm so grateful for amazing doctors and nurses who have been looking after me. So, again, she says more in this letter, but she says, of course, I'm heartbroken about all the things I had planned for this week of releasing my EP, but I know my health must come first. Until I see you again, I still want you to enjoy a project that represents the happy place I've been in for the last few years. Ashley, I was actually really surprised by that too, because she's been dropping hints on this new EP for some time. Were you surprised that Beyonce sent her flowers? And have you taken a listen to her new EP?
I have listened to the EP. Love me some Tori Kelly. I realized I have like her last 3 or 4 albums on my Tidal account saved. So definitely wanted to give the new music a listen. Did I feel surprised that Beyonce sent her flowers? No. But damn, what a homecoming to have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it put a smile on my face and I'm getting it secondhand. So I can only imagine, like, and what was the note? Because Beyonce always sends such lovely notes to go along with her flowers.
She also keeps it short, though, real quick. Like, love B.
Because the power is in the gesture with Beyonce. True. And it's just like the fact that you're in the middle of your world tour and you have a lot of other things you could be concerned about, and your team took the time out to send something, was lovely. I mean, it's a lovely gesture. I'm sure other people get things from other people, but you always hear when Beyonce sends something, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Significant. So it was a lovely thing to see as a fan. And then the last video she did on that post of that guy dancing just cracked me up.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I was like, is she trying to tell us she has a long way to go? But the dancing is also really funny too.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So it was just, it was just a good, fun post to see, because like we talked about last week, had definitely been concerned and definitely hoping that she continues to recover with whatever additional health issues she may have to face. So I want my girl Tori Kelly to continue to sing her ass off for many, many, many years to come.
Exactly. All right, Ashley, in random news, Twitter is now X. Deep Negro sigh. I'm looking at CBS News. Here's what it means. Basically, Twitter is no longer Twitter since it's been taken over by Elon Musk.
CBS News has a full rundown. I have this same article up.
Oh, do you?
Yes, this is such a rundown.
It is.
My goodness. Y'all should read this article. What does this mean? What are the roadblocks? Like, y'all did some research. Okay, journalism.
They sure did. I just want to know, do you still use Twitter, and are you ever going to refer to it as X?
No, never going to probably refer to it as X. I told you and Shamika on Instagram, I was shocked one day. I was like, what the hell is this X app? Like, I didn't download anything new. And then I started seeing all the news and I was like, oh, this fool. I am not a regular Twitter user personally, but I never have been a regular Twitter user personally. The most I've ever used it for is for work purposes or the podcast. So we still use it for my job, but I mean, it doesn't affect me. I don't care what this man does with his company. Hopefully all the employees get what they need out of him. It's always been my hope and concern, because whatever his plans are, whatever he's doing, just treat the employees well. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care, Delora. I don't care.
Jack, was it worth it? Was it worth it, sir?
I mean, Jack did a 180 though with that whole deal, I felt like. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if it came down to just the need for money was so great that they take it. Like, it's almost like prostitution. Like, I'm almost at this point, I'm just going to hold a company out to whoever's willing. That's what I'm feeling I got at the end.
Same.
Before that sale.
Same. I still use Twitter, and I'm going to still call it Twitter. I really am interested in the people who would refer to it as X in the future. Like, I might have to laugh in someone's face if they do. Did you open your Threads account? I never did. No.
I did. Yeah, but I haven't posted not a single thing. I just did it one day and I was like, let me see. And then when I was seeing, I was like, I don't need to be on here. And then I just never went back into it again. So it exists. But am I ever going to post anything on it? I don't know. But just curious, since that was supposed to be the big competitor now and people were flocking over to it.
Interesting. I knew it was a big wave initially, but I have yet to hear people like talk about it. And honestly, all the people on Black Twitter that I still follow are still on Twitter. Like, yeah. So they haven't said, hey, we're going to, Spill was another option as well.
But I heard Spill had a wait list.
Yeah. And then I also didn't like how the owner Spill was like, it's not for Black people, because the joke was, Black folks, let's go over to Spill. And he's like, it's not just for Black people. It's like, okay, it was a joke, sir. What if Black people, anyway, what if it was? Right. The horror, Ashley. All right.
Girl, I don't care. As long as Instagram doesn't go anywhere. We've had this conversation. And Pinterest. If I'm honest. Pinterest has my whole heart when it comes to my searching of hairstyles and such.
So for you, it's hairstyles. For me, well, to be fair, hair color, inspo, definitely. Nails.
Yes.
And the geeky bookish side of me, whenever I'm reading like a fantasy or whatever, I like to look at the fan art to help like visualize. So
interesting.
Recap Nation, I have converted Ashley just a little bit to come to the dark side. And she has read a couple of my book recommendations.
I sure have.
The three I know you've read, they have great fan art for those books on Pinterest, specifically like Fourth Wing. I knew it was getting popular because when I read it like the first week it came out. And then it's like wildfire, dragonfire, literally, on how popular it is. And now my Pinterest has like all this Fourth Wing artwork. I'm like, oh, so more people have read it. And now I'm getting different interpretations of these characters.
Yeah, that's the one I'm currently listening to on audiobook, guys. But it's so popular that the local bookstore that I frequent and I've joined a book club for, because I just went and picked up the book that we're going to be reading for this month, which is called Hello Beautiful, Oprah Book Club pick, apparently. Fourth Wing was sold out so quickly that they just got some new books in stock for it. So they had one like sitting on the table. So you have not missed. The first two I read were enthralling. This one, we're going to talk about it off mic, but this one I have some comments
I love to hear them.
Before I even finish.
I love to hear them.
But yeah, definitely back on the book train.
But yeah, so shout out to the applications we actually still use. In a sweet and adorable news, Serena Williams discovers gender of second baby in a brilliant reveal. I am looking at the griot. She has it up on her YouTube. We found out that they are having another baby girl. This just brings so much joy to me, because we've been talking about Serena like forever, because she's like everything. And when she made it very known that she wants to be a mommy again, part of her retirement, and, you know, the joy of finding out that she's pregnant, and now we found out they're expecting another little girl. It's just the sweetest thing, Ashley.
I love it. Girls are everything. I have, not to put my friend on blast, but I have a friend who was not too excited to hear recently about having a girl. And so just remember, girls are wonderful people. Girls are wonderful, especially when y'all get them back when they're a little older and you need that tender love and care. Girls are everything. So that's it. I was very happy for them. Sweet. They looked very happy. They were using a drone, which is a new one for me. I'm not sure if that's anybody else has that budget, but
I mean, they are tech royalty, so of course they should do things outside the box, right?
Yeah. Confetti, balloons, drone me.
It's the tennis racket, tennis ball that turned into it's a girl. I'm like, what?
That's how to do it. I also love to see that her dad was out and about, because we hadn't heard much about Richard.
Yeah, he doesn't do public speaking anymore, but yeah, good for them. One of our favorite shows that we've recapped, Ashley, Loki, is coming back for season 2. And it looks so different compared to season 1. I mean, I think they've had time. I think it's been, 2 years since season 1?
It's been a minute.
A minute. And in this season, we have a lot of the same players, but we have some new faces. I'm super excited to see Ki-Hoo Kwan is new to the franchise. Super excited about that. And Rafael Castal. But guess who else popped up in this trailer, Ashley?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Are you surprised that he was in the promo?
No. They've already said we're going to stick beside him. Just like Megan Good. Yes, they have. Them being silent is them saying we going to stick beside him. You know how these companies are. They don't give a fuck. If they were not they would have made a statement. They would have changed some things. They would have, removed him, like you said, from the trailer. But I figured that they're just going to continue to move forward unless some severe charges stick.
Interesting. Well, we're still waiting for his court date, which is August 3rd. So today. I'm super excited for what they have in store. It's literally escapism at its finest. So
I'm gonna have to listen back to our recap and rewatch season 1 because I don't remember. I mean, I remember the end, but I don't remember a lot of the build up necessarily in the same way that I did when it was fresh.
I get that. But I loved all the Lokis. Like, loved it. Loki season 2 will stream October 6th on Disney Plus. All right, let's get into our hot topic. It's one big ass legal hot topic. Actually, let's start off with Cardi B. If you have not seen footage of Cardi B throwing her microphone at a fan while performing in Las Vegas, you have been living under a rock. First of all, what is the deal with these fans throwing things on stage?
The disrespect, and to wait and throw it right in her face. Like, that lady knew what she was doing. She's hella disrespectful.
Exactly what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
While performing Bodak Yellow, this fan throws this beverage in Cardi B's face, and Cardi B immediately, with precision seen by an NFL quarterback, threw her mic at that fan and was escorted off by security moments later. The individual reported a battery. Yeah, it's called at the Dre's Beach House after she was struck by an item that was thrown from the stage. This is according to the police. There have been no arrests or citations at this time. The internet overwhelmingly was on the side of Cardi B, and the microphone is currently being auctioned off.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's quite insane. It has been listed on eBay for more than $92,200. The item that originally cost $1,000 and the starting bid was at $500. It says costs more than most people's yearly salary. Ashley, will Cardi B get in trouble for this incident?
I hope not. This is utterly ridiculous. Finally, a performer strikes back at the insanity that's been going on with people, essentially assaulting them on stage by throwing various things, hitting people in the face, hurting them. And Cardi B's not the one. Adele.
She has never been the one.
She's never been the one. Adele called it out at her concert. She said, "I wish you fucking would." And
she sure did.
Cardi B said, "Y'all gonna learn today." I don't know if this was a stunt this woman pulled intentionally to give this type of attention to try to do something, if she was drunk, but I don't really care. You throw something at me, I throw something at you. Let's call it a day. You know what I'm saying? To me, there's no reason. Yeah, to me, there's no reason to have tried to file a police report or anything like that, because you know what you did was wrong. I've watched the video a couple of times. You waited till she got close enough to you to throw that drink in her face. So, no, it's a no for me.
It has been so bad, Ashley, that Alicia Keys' baby son Genesis was on stage right next to her, dead ass serious, like, don't come for my mama.
In his little Crocs. Mm-hmm.
Ever. First of all, that was so stinking adorable. My heart literally melted. But I'm like, okay, son, take care of your mama. Sure. It's getting out of hand, Ashley. It is completely out of hand.
It ruins the experience for both the performer and the audience to feel like, maybe they're not going to want to perform like they have been because they're worried. And then as an audience, you're either super overpaying to see people or you're not getting to see them at all. Like, I don't know if people are just letting their mind and thoughts run rampant and doing crazy things that they've only used to think about? Or what's happening? We got aliens, you know, we got like, I'm tired. We got leprosy in Florida. Like, I'm tired, bro. Can y'all
What
please
did you
just
say before the recording? You called it the end of days.
Yes, the end of days. Talking about Central Florida got the most cases of leprosy. Like leprosy, bro. Leprosy. Biblical leprosy. I'm tired. So, Delora, let Cardi B go on and live her life. This is ridiculous. Don't throw drinks at people. If this were a club incident and she really like beat her ass, I could see maybe more of a case. Even then, I'd be like, well, you threw a drink in her face. Only thing worse would be like spitting in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Girl.
So it was disrespectful. You got what you got. Let's move on.
Cardi B said, she said she wait, gonna do what to who?
Mm-hmm.
She said these are bloody shoes. What do you think she was talking about?
I don't know how that lady thought she was gonna get that off, but learn today.
That was a little lighter. We're going to go into a little bit heavier legal trouble, and I'm referring to Lizzo. I'm looking at the AP lawsuit by former dancers accused Lizzo of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. Lizzo has been sued by 3 former dancers who accused the Grammy winner of sexual harassment and alleged the singer and her production company created a hostile environment. Plaintiffs Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez made numerous charges, including sexual, religious, and racial harassment, disability discrimination, assault, and false imprisonment. This is looking real ugly, real messy, Ashley. One of the incidents that has come up and the internet has been talking about is something that went on in Amsterdam. And apparently there's a performance that includes a naked performer in bananas. And the dancers felt pressure to touch the nude woman performing in the club. Another interesting claim is that Lizzo's lead dancer was pressuring people religiously on her faith. And then what's also interesting is, you know, Lizzo, known for championing body positivity, claimed one of the plaintiffs claims that she, along with her production crew, was questioning her weight gain. Will Lizzo be able to recover from these accusations, Ashley?
I don't know. This has been unfolding rapidly over the last like 48 hours or so. Saw the headline first and I was like, oh, wow, okay. Then you have another person who's not even a part of the lawsuit backing up the claims. It was like, oh,
yes, shoot. Several.
Then you have a director who comes out and says that she walked away from her documentary after 2 weeks because she witnessed how first she was treated with such disrespect by her, and it witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is. I mean, I'm inclined to believe these allegations because I'm always somebody who feels one person, okay, 2 people, 3, 4, oh, you did that shit. Great. You know what I'm saying? Like once the dominoes start falling, it's like, oh, everybody ain't lying about you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's so disappointing. I think I'm with a lot of the folks and the sentiments I've seen online of like, damn, Lizzo had us bamboozled. Because Lizzo, even when we've talked on this podcast about criticism she's received and things like that, so I've been like, but she's always so kind to everybody and she never has an unkind word and she's always putting out positive music and all this stuff. So to imagine that she was creating, to their point, a hostile work environment or making them uncomfortable to the point of a lawsuit is severe and significant and sad.
Yes, very.
And as I always say about any of these things, we don't know these people. We don't know these celebrities.
True.
This is another case of I don't know these people. Can't vouch for them. So super unfortunate.
I agree, Ashley. It's just terribly disappointing, if anything, because, you know, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And, you know, that incident in Amsterdam, it's like, these people are your employees, not your friends. Like, if you wanted to go see something risque, you do it, you know, not your paid dancers. It's escalated so much that Beyonce recently just said Badu, Badu, Badu at her concert when singing You Won't Break My Soul, the remix, the Queen edition. Lizzo name was up there, but she did not sing it. And
I read that.
Let's also remember that I feel like Beyonce's response to Erykah Badu claiming that she's everybody's stylist. You know, people, you know, the Beehive is like, oh, Beyonce's been wearing that hat since what, 2013? Yeah. Or she probably liked the hat too. It's okay. And I think it's
what about when Pharrell wore the big hat? Remember that?
Yes. So I don't know. I guess Erykah had time that day or something. But yes, Beyonce hasn't sang Lizzo's name for the last couple of tour cities, I should say. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good for
I'm waiting for her to release her own statement or to, you know, have some type of feedback about the whole situation and see what that does in terms of public opinion. Because to your point, I'm not sure yet what the public is going to ultimately have to say. I'm not a Lizzo fan to the extent of like, I've seen her shows. I really listen to a lot of her music. So for those folks, it's up to them to decide.
And a lot of her interviews, as well as her last music video, the one that we didn't like, about rumors, is that the music video is looking real guilty. Like in that rumors video, she talks about like, oh, I had them sign NDAs and I had to, you know, kick them out or something like that. It's like, okay, are you telling on yourself, sis? Maybe. I don't know. We will see, Ashley. All right. So in fun news, what are we recapping for next week?
Yes. So when Barbie dropped, when Oppenheimer dropped, there was another film that dropped that weekend and had the people talking.
Yes, ma'am.
This one was on Netflix and it is called They Cloned Tyrone. Okay. Currently in the top 10, 100% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Doing his thing, living his best life, a wild ride, a fascinating story and concept.
Yeah,
me and Delora,
original,
very original. Me and Delora are gonna put in our 2 cents into the conversation. Can't wait.
They cloned Tyrone.
Speaking of Erykah Badu, did a whole remix to wrap this movie. So if nothing else, y'all should watch the movie just to hear Erykah's rendition of They Cloned Tyrone, the song. All right, guys, we will see you next time for that recap. Appreciate you sticking with us. Please share this episode with friends, family, loved ones. We appreciate y'all. Delora, love you so much. Until next time.
Love you, Ashley.